Hi everyone, welcome to the second in our series of Student Ambassador training videos. This one is specific to students who want to become an online chat platform ambassador. So TAP stands for the Ambassador Platform, and this is the secure online software platform that we use to facilitate conversations between current St John's students and prospective students. So before I go into the specifics of the training, I'll just give a brief outline of who you might be talking to on the platform and what sort of questions they might ask. So we've set it up so that it caters specifically for sixth form students. So these are over 16s who are either in the first or second year of studying for their A-levels. What this translates to in terms of questions, they tend to focus on course choice for university, your experience of studying at university, and any advice you might be able to give. So once you get onto the chat, what happens if you don't know the answer to a question? Well, there's an FAQ section on TAP. You can direct them to websites such as the SJC website, department websites, university websites. You can direct them to other ambassadors, and that includes members of the Access Office, or you can ask them to email access@sjc.ox.ac.uk. And all the same principles about answering questions that we set out in the first video on student ambassador training also apply here. So if you want to refer another ambassador, you can add that ambassador to the chat. It's important to do this in a positive way so that you say by referring to them, they would know more and not make it sound like you don't want to talk to them anymore. And it is important at all points to answer the question to the best of your ability. So you can offer to add the other ambassador to the chat and remove yourself. You have to emphasize that this is optional and that they would be able to then select the other ambassador from the homepage and have two conversations if they want. But if you add another ambassador, you must remove yourself from the chat. The platform that we use is a fully monitored platform. So that means that we can still uphold our safeguarding commitments whilst allowing direct conversations between prospective students and current students. This means that certain things are blocked. So specifically, these are phone numbers, email addresses, apart from those listed on the right-hand side of the screen, mentions of any social media platforms, so things like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all of those would be blocked. And finally, mental health words, including words such as anxiety, but there is a sort of knock-on effect of these blocked words that it's important to be aware of. Some words will still get blocked even if they're being used in a safe context. So here are two examples. If you're looking for a good history text, check out Xbook. Now this is being blocked because it says text, and that triggers the phone number blocking. Secondly, my interview question involved rolling a die. Well, this would be considered a mental health word as far as the system is concerned. It doesn't contextualize it. So it's important to understand what might be happening there if you see that the words are being blocked. So we can monitor all conversations, and you can flag particular conversations to us that you might be concerned about. So if at any times you're uncomfortable or you're concerned about anything that comes up, maybe in a safeguarding context, you can flag the conversation, and one of the access and admissions team will check the conversation to make sure that everything is okay. So as I said earlier, you can upload content onto the Ambassador platform, but there are a few restrictions on this. We ask that you don't upload photos of your friends in which they are identifiable. Silhouettes, shadows, and back of the heads are okay, but if you're ever in doubt, it's much better not to post it than to post it. Again, if you've got any questions, just refer it to us and we can check. Captions and FAQs, well, we make small edits to your content captions or FAQ answers for things like spelling mistakes, but we would never edit it so much that it would be unrecognizable. We would ask you to rewrite them if they don't comply with the access guidelines. But a lot of the principles from the first training video that you will have watched also apply here. There are some aspects of it that we won't use. That's the points in the Ambassador of the Month scheme. There are a few other things to be aware of. So the comments are permanent. So please don't disparage other colleges, any other universities, or any other subjects. You're not just representing St John's or indeed Oxford, but higher education in general. So tone and intention is quite difficult to communicate online. So always err on the side of caution and ask for clarity if you're not sure. The principles about finance also apply here. You shouldn't mention finance, and if they are asking about finance, refer pupils to the FAQ section, which has official answers. And really, they're wanting to know about your experience. So it's really important to use words such as I think and in my experience, because firstly, that's what they're interested in. And secondly, that reflects that your experience may not be the one that everyone has. So thank you for listening to this quick introduction to the Ambassador platform. There are 2 companion documents that go with this, which are attached on the webpage. If you have any questions, please email access@sjc.ox.ac.uk. Thank you so much for listening.